Gedison, extremely accomplished arm wrestler, and Jeron, one of the most promising juniors in Singapore arm wrestling.
Firstly, coming up from the Philippines, this is back at the Philippines Nationals 2024 at the left, number 3, 108 kilograms. This is his first international super match and his first time actually in the Philippines. He's a
If the tip comes off, if it goes anywhere outside of this, the hand just this for race. This is for straight race. This is for rotation.
Massive forms, massive forms. This man looks incredible. The opponent from Singapore, this is Jeron Goh. He is an incredible athlete. I faced him before. His left is just up to his head and shoulders and is directly up there with all of the Singapore top elite athletes on the left hand. His left hand is just absolutely incredible. And Jeron, we can see him right now. He's weighing in at somewhere around 81 to 82 kilos. He is an incredible athlete. Jeron Goh. And he has garnered incredible support from all of the athletes, especially all of the junior athletes here in Singapore. And this is an undercard match of best-of-3 rounds. You can see in the title card, there's a pretty massive difference between Gedison and Jeron. But in person, I mean, Jeron just looks absolutely massive compared to Gedison. Gedison is, of course, an incredibly accomplished arm wrestler in Singapore, but Jeron just still looks incredible right now. He has his sleeve rolled up, and of course, the C Cup unfinished business official jersey. Jeron looks prepared, Jeron looks dialed in. However, 2 weeks ago, Jeron suffered a small injury on his left elbow, his side pressure, but I think it's all good now. Jeron is a perfect balance of table IQ and technique, of table IQ and strength. And I mean, Jeron is just kind of like the golden boy here in Singapore. He has all of the support of all of the seniors. He's one of the most recognizable faces in junior arm wrestling in the Singapore scene. He's an extremely talented arm wrestler. He's been in the sport for maybe around 1 to 1.5 years training seriously. And Gedison, I mean, we recently just saw him at the PAC in the Philippines Arm Wrestling Championships or their nationals, and he plays number 3 on left in the under 80. So this is an opportunity for Jeron to climb the ranks. Oh! And Jeron tried to go outside, and that's a slip. That's a slip. Jeron looks slightly intimidated right now, but Jeron usually on his left he is an extremely versatile puller. I pulled him myself, and I cannot move him at all. His left usually goes for a top roll or a press, while his right goes for a more inside movement, generally speaking. So I think that's what we're going to see here. We are going to see Jeron trying to go for an outside movement, and they're going in the straps right now. I think that Jeron is an extremely smart arm wrestler, and right now you can see his setup, you can see his ferocity. He is attempting to gain every single advantage that he possibly can over Gedison Braga. I mean, Gedison is, of course, an extremely accomplished arm wrestler in the community, not only in Philippines, but also in Southeast Asia in general. And I mean, for Jeron to just get this opportunity and be able to prove himself against the top athletes in other countries is an incredible opportunity. And currently, the strap is going to be on on Jeron's side, and usually, as we all know, most people would prefer the buckle to not be on their side, so Gedison has the slight advantage here, but we can see Jeron, his intention of going outside. You can see his slight pronation. He's trying to pronate into Gedison right now. And Gedison, I mean, he has a shorter lever than Jeron, so we'll see what happens, but I'm guessing Jeron's going for a top roll, and if that doesn't work out, he still has a press in him. Jeron is an extremely diversified and arm wrestler, and he is going to go against Gedison, who I believe is a high hooker and is also pretty versatile. And one warning to Gedison, I've just heard that that is slightly unfortunate, but it's for Team SG, it's 100%. It's one of the best outcomes that we can hope for. And Jeron Goh versus Gedison Braga, we're going to see very shortly here. Jeron, I mean, he looks like he's setting up for a low hand. You can see Gohan, the name on his back. His last name is Goh. Gedison, he looks very tense right now. And that
One volley and one
Jeron definitely has it. Jeron definitely has it. I
You want to
think
open
that
the
could be
strap?
argued as a foul in a losing position, but it's still ruled as a foul. One foul for Gedison. One foul for Gedison right now. I think that Jeron is extremely dangerous to the entire Filipino team. I mean, the Singapore team looks like it's not only going to dominate this the Philippines team on the main card, but also in the undercard. Jeron's super tense right now. He is loading. You can see his setup super high. Taking it out of the back. And that's an instant flash from Jeron Goh. And it's going to be 1-0 for Jeron right now. That's one round for us. Now we are going to be heading into the 2-minute break. I think that this match is sort of lights out. I mean, coming into this match, it was extremely unpredictable because of Jeron's ability, not being able to be tested with international athletes over the long run. Now I think this is an incredible match for Jeron to start out in. He is extremely accomplished within the Singapore community and extremely well known here as well. But in the international scene, I mean, this is basically him making his debut. Of course, he has been pulling in Japan and he pulled in a Malaysia comp recently as well. But this is the first international super match that Jeron has had, and this is a chance to prove himself. I really feel that Jeron has the potential to go to really extreme far lengths in arm wrestling in Singapore. He has extremely good genetics, and he is an extremely dedicated worker. I don't know as much about Gedison as I know about Jeron personally, but Gedison, from what I've heard, he is a extremely notable figure in the Philippines arm wrestling community as well. And I think that now they're going into the second round, and this might be the last one for Gedison based on what we've seen in the past round. I mean, that was a really fast flash by Jeron where Jeron just took Gedison's hand completely. Gedison's arm got peeled out as well. I mean, that just proves that size isn't everything, you know what I mean? You can see in the card that Gedison's just towering over Jeron, but in real life, I don't think that's the case right now. Gedison and Jeron, they're both loading up right now, and I think that Jeron is taking it right now with probably another top rower and outside move. I don't even think Jeron needs to drop back to his press. So that is extremely fortunate for the team Singapore. And it's a slip. It looks like it's a slip. Extremely clean slip from both athletes. Now they're going to get the strap. And now the buckle is actually going to be on Gedison's side, which that's just all the more advantage for Jeron in this position. So I think that we're going to see a pretty fast flash over the top, over the wrist of Gedison from Jeron Goh here. Jeron, he is a very humble athlete. He's not as aggressive, so he still looks pretty calm and composed even after all of his matches earlier. The strap is being applied right now. I think both athletes probably ask for a low strap. For me, I see very rarely that people ask for a high one. From what I know of Jeron and Gedison, they're probably both going low. And the strap is being tightened right now. You can see Jeron is calm and composed. Jeron's lever is somewhere around 51 centimeters. It's basically an exact same length as mine. An interesting fact is his thumb to fingertip measurement is extremely long, and I think that could give him an incredible advantage in this match. So Jeron is a combination of good genetics and being scouted by seniors in the arm wrestling community, and also just extreme hard work. And now we can see Jeron, he's loading up, he's using that pronation, he's carving out his... and Jeron's holding him, Jeron's looking back to us. And that's one elbow foul for Gedison, but it's essentially over. We basically can predict the results at this point. There is not much game left for Gedison Braga. Jeron is just going to take him straight to the pin pad like he did earlier. Jeron's center table game is also incredibly strong. His side pressure has reached incredible lengths. He's recently just done 50 kilo side pressure for 37 reps, and he's done I think around 75 kilo side pressure for both arms. So I mean, incredibly just amazingly strong athlete. And they're off again. Jeron's just holding right now. Jeron's looking, and that's a fast flash from Jeron, and it's 2-0, and Jeron has won this undercard match decisively.
Jeron Goh
And that's Jeron winning. Oh, Jeron ignores the handshake. What's happening here? Oh, maybe slight lack of sportsmanship, but of course, Jeron is a super nice guy. Couple words, of course, his typical nonchalantness, because Jeron's just like that. Jeron is Mr. Nonchalant in the junior community. He is just incredibly chill and incredibly humble guy. So he's sitting back down. And